ISIS exists to make a way from the Mediterranean to the Pacific through Asian domains picked by the elite. 9/11 was the occasion that stamped Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan and their encompassing nations like Syria and post-Soviet conditions of southern Russia, for death and abuse, which means to at last cut a course through Asia to the Orient utilizing Islamist radicalism as an instrument. On this course, the culprits of 9/11 and the makers of ISIS and Al-Qaeda intend to set fire to the Islamic world, dividing the Shia and Sunni to accomplish their one world order. Individuals like bin Laden, wearing flip-lemon, riding a donkey and conveying a Kalashnikov, are said by the prostitute media to be in charge of penetrating America's multi-trillion-dollar resistance framework. Gatherings like ISIS are showing up from one place to someplace most of the way over the world as though by enchantment, wrecking what is sacrosanct in every single blessed book. Unless you live on Mars you can't not trust that the military-mechanical complex, globalists and the neocons in America are pulling the strings. 9/11 was an inside activity by the globalist world class to achieve China, and keep within proper limits Christian Russia, flanked by an immense Muslim populace of previous Soviet republics on its southern outskirt. Before praising the One World request, the first class will reduce the Muslim world to a sorry excuse for its previous self. It will be reminiscent of what happened to Native American Indians on the new mainland. Corporate America needs benefits to pay a ravenous war constraint. The military-mechanical complex with the assistance of President Trump and the Saudis will get the job done. Once Iran is penetrated, Pakistan is back under military autocracy, and the Russian nuclear obstruction neglects to dispatch, at that point the elite will have achieved China. May Providence help the people in Southeast Asia where greater part of Muslims live. In the interim the elite watch from their ivory tower, muddled by Trump and an artless public. By Bernie Suarez. Supernatural and rationale challenging ISIS isn't just all of a sudden living in collapse as Afghanistan where they now venture the hallucination of interminable presence simply like Al-Qaeda, yet they are presently helpfully in the Philippines where President Duterte had announced the U.S. his foes in 2016. The decision first class need ISIS to exist as well as to seem indestructible and for all time slippery with a specific end goal to keep the ISIS content going. This is the reason the West and its partners have been supporting ISIS since the very first moment with provisions and weapons without which they would not exist today. This ought to be sufficient to outrage each and every American. Why is the majority of this event? Since it ensures that the U.S. can keep legitimizing wars, government topples, intrusions and more assaults all through the Middle East as well as wherever they choose to retroactively give ISIS credit for blasts that happen any place on the planet. Additionally, the apparent ceaseless presence of ISIS ensures the proceeded with stream of billions of dollars to the Pentagon slush fund and substantially more. It's a win-win for both the neocons and the globalists endeavoring to oust Trump, yet additionally the military-industrial complex. Given that data is openly and effortlessly accessible today, anybody can see that the Islamic State or ISIS is simply a helpful intermediary armed force to serve the requirements of the West and its partners. Denying this, the truth is a choice made of numbness. That particular obliviousness is the motivation behind why ISIS is perfectly healthy in many individuals' brains. This is an impeccable dream situation for the hoodlums who did 9/11, who right up till the present time are as yet chuckling at the blockheads who still trust CIA's creation Al-Qaeda did 9/11. Such is the political world we live in. On the off chance that you comprehend this ISIS content and how it's being utilized to push the globalist New World request motivation and enable the U.S. military-industrial complex to wage increasingly war worldwide as the U.S. obliterates its foes, help spread this data with the goal that mankind can advance in light of truth, not predominant press falsehoods and promulgation. This reality about ISIS will likewise help consider lawmakers responsible and give more voice to government officials like Representative Tulsi Gabbard in Hawaii. Activist Post. Bernie is a progressive author with a foundation in drug, brain science, and data innovation. He is the writer of The Art of Overcoming the New World Order and has composed various articles throughout the years about opportunity, government defilement and intrigues, and arrangements.